Over the years, many people have been accused and pointed fingers at as to who the Zodiac Killer really is. However, no one's ever really known. Even a man by the name of Allen, who was accused and prosecuted as the serial killer, was later found out by DNA in 2002 he was not the killer. All this circumstantial evidence could never nail down the real killer who's still at large.
The military blueprints, the bloody knife. All circumstantial. Why do you need to do this? Because nobody else will. Dave, you made a mistake! Get away from the window. Oh, are you okay? No.
The question that many have asked and none have solved is, who was the Zodiac Killer? One primary source by Robert Graysmith identifies Arthur Lee Allen as the killer. The Zodiac's cryptic method of operation and apparently unmotivated and seemingly random murders committed separately with 22 and 9mm pistols and one by knife instilled a potent sense of dread into 1968 San Francisco that loomed for decades. Donning an alarming black hooded executioner's mask marked with his signature Zodiac crosshair symbol on the front to hide his identity for only one very public murder, added another layer of terrifying and bizarre lore that probably served further to immortalize this killer. Few people have claimed to know who the killer really was. There were a lot of theories, but they are just that. They are only theories. Robert Graysmith wrote a book called Zodiac, supposedly exposing the killer. Here is a synopsis of the book. This book chronicles the history of the self-named Zodiac Killer who was active in the 1960s and 70s in California. It describes the investigations of the many law enforcement branches that worked on the case and other murders that might have been committed by Zodiac, including the 1966 Cherry Joe Bates stabbing. Later chapters deal with Graysmith's many theories on the case, and the book eventually cites two possible suspects and details of some of the circumstantial evidence against them. Graysmith received assistance from police departments that fell within the jurisdictions of the murders, especially from Inspector Dave Toshi from the San Francisco Police Department, who would work the Zodiac case. The Zodiac Killer is definitely one of the most intriguing personalities of the 20th century. He possessed a mind so incredibly bizarre and shocking that his baffling behaviors, some quite unique to serial murder pathology, are still not truly understood for the obvious facts that the killer was never caught and that he will likely die and probably already has a free man.
The synopsis of the movie Zodiac, made in 2007, shows the 1960s and 70s when there was a fear in the city of San Francisco as the Zodiac stalks its residents. Investigators and reporters become obsessed with learning the killer's identity and bringing him to justice. Meanwhile, Zodiac claims victim after victim and taunts the authorities with cryptic messages and threatening phone calls.
From the 1960s up until this present moment, the true identity of the Zodiac Killer has yet to be revealed. People from authors, you got reporters, you got your neighbors, your mamas, your daddies. Everybody to this day has no idea who this man is. He was so clever to the point where within his letters, Zodiac would infuse ciphers, which is replacing real letters with symbols so that nobody could determine his identity. So when you just include all of that, he taunted the whole freaking San Francisco police department. Nobody in the police department knew. So the man crazy. At the end of the day, I don't give a damn what nobody say. When you find him, lock him up. He don't deserve to be free.
That's a Dr. G production.